Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Lisa Pezik Show. Excited about this one today because I've got my handsome, hunky husband, did you like that, honey? Here with me. Literally, 10 minutes ago,
Yeah.
I asked you, do you want to go on the podcast with me this morning? And you said,
heck yes.
as if you had a choice. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I didn't want to do this one solo today because I was thinking about the biggest lessons that I've learned in 2019. And the key word there that was wrong, I think, was I was starting to think about the biggest lessons that we have learned, because this past year has been a huge year of growth for Eric and I in terms of building our business together, blending our business together. Even when we write emails, we're like, there's no more I, it's always we. There's no more I thought, it's we thought. We've really kind of owned that united front of our business, our brand, the things that we're building together, in addition to our home and parenting our child. And really everything we do is really a joint effort. So I really wanted you on the podcast, babe, because you see things differently than I do. And I think maybe that's why our marriage works so well, is because we are not polar opposites, but in terms of energy, in terms of the way we talk to people, in terms of the way we handle situations, the things that fire us up, the things that don't fire us up, the things that make us upset, the things that don't make us upset. We're kind of like north-south pole when it comes to that, I think. And I have a feeling that my ahas are a little bit different than your ahas. And I thought by bringing us together, we could share some good knowledge.
All right.
For business owners. So I'm going to let you go first, because I tend to, talking about relationship dynamic, I tend to steal the show a lot. Because what do you always say to me? You're like, you never let me get a word in. I'm like, you never said anything on that video. Like, you didn't even add anything or share anything. And you always say,
you never let me speak.
You never let me talk. So I'm going to let
Like
you, I'm going to let you go first. What would you say in 2019 was in business? Let's talk about business first. What was the biggest aha for you that you're going to do differently now going into 2020?
I think the biggest one for me is not devaluing our services and our value. I know we took on a few projects this year, and we let the clients kind of dictate how we felt about the value of what we were delivering. And when we put together our proposals, we reflect on that. And we still do. I think it's not necessarily a bad thing to not reflect on that, but I think you have to give yourself the value to realize that when you give something to someone, or you offer something to someone, that you're true to yourself, that you know that at the end of the day, you're going to deliver that highest quality of service, that the value is built into that price.
Mm-hmm. When you say we devalued ourselves, like, what do you mean by that? Explain that a little bit more.
Like, knowing that, okay, so let's say, we know that, working with a client is going to be 10 hours worth of work. Well, now we have a choice. What do we think that value is? So we know that typically, let's say, let's just do it just for roundabout numbers. Let's say $100 an hour. So we know that should be $1,000 job, right? But then we know on the flip side of that, talking with someone for the first time, what they can afford. So that we'll be like, there's no way they're going to pay $1,000 for that.
But see, that's the trap.
I know, but that's what I'm
saying.
Because
you don't know what they can afford. Oh, see, that's the pull back the thinking and go, no, wrong thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that's where that mindset shift has to happen for 2020. That it's not so much about them and not thinking that they can afford us as it is about, this is what this is worth.
Like owning your worth.
Yeah. Like owning what we're worth and just saying, like, this is it. I can appreciate budget. I can appreciate not having enough money to afford something. We do it ourselves, like even talking about Christmas and a Peloton, like we want to buy a Peloton.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's a big decision. Yeah. Huge.
Yeah.
And it comes down to, can we afford it? And what's the value going to be for us?
How much will we use it? How much time are we going to spend on it?
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about this for months. It's a big decision. But that goes back to like us.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's my big aha.
And I think to piggyback on that, I stretched myself. I took a lot of chances. We, again, I can't say I. We took a lot of, I got to catch myself. We took a lot of chances. I say I because it was opportunities that I was on the stage in that sense. Like it was front led by me. But we, of course, we never do anything without consulting with each other.
Yeah.
So we took a lot of chances this year, and some panned out beautifully. We got some of the biggest clients and contracts that we could ever imagine, and they were lovely. Some were not so lovely. And some opportunities were bad. Like they did not pan out the way I thought they were going to, or we thought they were going to. And it put us a little bit financially behind the 8 ball with investing in masterminds and pay-to-play opportunities to speak and hosting our own workshops and investing in other businesses and collaboration and just some kind of collaborations that I thought were going to go differently. And I think you did as well. Yeah. Again, I was the one doing most of the talking because it was me speaking. But that got us a little bit behind the 8 ball because we had, income projections and it didn't work out. Mm-hmm. And then when it came time to have people inquiring about our services, I led from a place of desperation where I was like, we need this client because we have $10K on the credit card and we got to pay it off. And, we need these 4 people and we're going to charge them X amount and that will pay off the card and off we go. And I had that fear of losing the potential client in the back of my head. And that's, I think, where we went wrong when it came down to pricing, is that we devalued ourselves. We lowered our services in order to get the client. And they would never know that. But we truly became like resentful because we were like, oh my God, we're putting in all this time. Because you don't treat them any different. Whether someone pays you $3K or someone pays you $30K, in our business, we don't treat anybody any differently. But it's like, oh my God, you're getting $30K worth of value for $3K or $2K or $1K or $5K. And we're like, oh my God, that's crazy. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we spending all this time? Why are we on version 17 because we want to just make it perfect and right? Or maybe not version 17, but it's like, we look at every detail and that's just who we are as people. And when you devalue yourself, it actually hurts both parties because you're coming from a place of resentfulness, and it shouldn't be like that. You should have pure joy when you work with your clients. So, and that's on us. That's not on them. That's on us. Yeah. So I think that I agree. That was a huge one. For me, it was making sure that, well, one, getting into situations and not being tied to the outcome and doing your homework before you collaborate with someone. But I think the biggest aha for me was clear boundaries. I never realized, and again, that's on us. Like, that's on me, that's on us, that you can't give people 24/7 access to you.
Explain that a bit.
I can't believe the amount of people that like clients that are paying us that Instagram message me, Facebook message me, email me, ask for my cell phone, text me. There's this bit of and again, that's on me. I'm not saying that against them. Some of them are great. Some are lovely. They email you, they get it clear. You don't have to spell out your boundaries. But then there's other people that just every day they're like dinging, and you're like,
weekends, evenings,
3 a.m. and Sunday morning, I'm like having a coffee with you and Oliver, and they expect a response. And I didn't realize how much I have to say, this is the way you communicate with me. This is how I respond. And then the other one is, and again, these are just lessons we've learned from not taking on the right clients. Again, the right clients don't do this. I lost my train of thought. Oh, I know what it is. So they pay you for a service. They pay you to build a website, to get their funnel up and going, to get a course, to build their lead magnet. And then they feel like you are now an all-inclusive service for everything they ever want to know about Business.
Can I give my analogy?
Yes.
The coffee maker.
Yes.
So the way I said it to Lisa, I was
I
like,
like how you asked me permission if you could speak.
well, because I wanted to stop you from talking
There you
before I
go.
went into it.
Go. Yes.
So that's what I said to Lisa. I was like, this is a great way to look at it. Like, imagine you go into, I don't know, let's say Costco or Canadian Tire, Walmart, and you buy a coffee maker. It'd be the equivalent of buying the coffee maker, paying for it, and then going to the customer service counter and just being like, I bought this coffee maker. Where's my coffee? No, but I need, obviously I bought it to drink coffee, but I can't make coffee without the coffee. So give me the coffee now.
And where's my mug?
Wait, where's the mug? Where's the sugar? But I take cream. I want cream too. So that's like how we feel a lot of times with some clients, not all, like you said, they're all not the same, but some clients are very much like that. And it's disheartening that people would.
Because they make you feel like you're the jerk when you don't want to answer.
When you're like, no, like I'm sorry, but that's like, yeah, I'm not just going to give you the coffee.
Yes.
You have to pay for it. I'll tell you which coffee to buy. I'll tell you which one's amazing. I'll tell you the low price and the high price and why they're low and high, but I'm not just going to give it to you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like many people know, if you've been following me on my social channels or other places, or been following Eric, because we post a lot about it, I've invested with Bo Eason as a mentor for the last, we're going on 2 years now almost.
Yeah.
And it's a high level mastermind. And I've invested over 60K just in his like the 2 years together, plus the time of going out, traveling. It's 5K every time we go to California, plus the time away from family, and 2 years of learning, time away from business, not to mention every day practicing my stories, the way I deliver, my physicality. Like 2 years in, I've been busting my butt to when people see me speak, they say, you're so good. And I'm like, I know, because I've been busting my butt and I've been doing the work. Oh, it comes naturally to you. It does not come naturally to me. I've been working at it. But I can't tell you how many people hire us for something and see that I do this work. And they're like, well, can you just help me with my keynote speech? Can you just give me some tips about how I can connect more with people? And no, like, I've been investing time, energy, money, blood, sweat, and tears for the last 2 years. And why should I just give that to you because we built you an engagement post on Facebook or a website or something, right? Yeah. So again, I'm like, okay, how do I not get mad about this? How do I change it? I was literally saying to you, Eric, maybe in our proposals, we need to start spelling out for people like, this is the work that we will be doing for you. Anything above and beyond in terms of our expertise, we would be honored and we would love to do that for you. But that's a paid service. We get paid. This is a paid deliverable of our product suite and the offerings that we have. It's like we build something for someone and we offer, say, like lead generation, or we always offer that next step, because in business, you're sunk if you don't have that next step for your client. You don't want them coming to you going, now what do I do? You want to be like, here's the path. Here's what you do next. You want to lead that. That's why they're paying you for your expertise and your knowledge. And we always tee that up for people. But then some people go, well, I don't want to pay for that. But then they come back to you later and then want you to give them that information. And again, I was like, wow, I'm really pissed off at you because you're being a jerk right now. You're being an asshole, right? Like we say, you're being an asshole because you can. No, that's on us. Mm-hmm. We need to get real clear with people about, this is how you pay me. This is what you pay me for. This is what you're not paying me for. This is how you contact me. This is how you're not contacting me. Like, I didn't realize that when you're dealing with people, how much you just need to keep things clear and clean. So there is no frustration. There is no resentment, because I believe in their world, they feel the same. Mm-hmm. They feel like, why aren't you helping me? Yeah. You don't want me to succeed. You don't. And it's like, no, that's not it at all. It's just, we're not going to give you this for free. Mm-hmm. So I think there's like that, like they say, there's always two sides to every story. We have our reality. They have their reality. And we just need to be clear in the process.
Yeah, agreed.
Now, again, that hasn't happened.
No, it doesn't happen all the time. No. Like
twice, maybe, I can think of in this past year. But those are the things that make you stop and go, hang on. Because I think the old me would just get pissed off about it and be like, well, they're a jerk. F them. Right? Mm-hmm. Whereas the new me is like, time out. time out. I know we could just sweep that under the rug and keep going because we're so busy and we have so much stuff going on. Let's unpack that a little bit and see what went wrong. Let's unpack that a little bit. And how do we make it right? How do we make it right so we both win? So we're both happy. And kind of engaging in that conversation. I used to be so scared to have conversations with people. You know?
I know. I remember.
Oh my God, I'd be afraid to pick up the phone. When people would call and inquire about my business, I was like scared to talk to people.
Or you'd have to call them back.
Oh my God, such anxiety. I didn't want to say the wrong thing. I didn't want to upset people. Again, that loose boundary thing for me keeps coming up. And I think that's why when we get comfortable and we're doing great work and our clients are happy and life is good, every once in a while, it's like, I do believe the universe plunks that one client there to say to me like, tighten up your boundaries. Like, don't go back to where you were 5 years ago or 10 years ago. And I think that's why, you know, we have one or two of those a year that make us kind of go, wait a second.
Yeah.
Because it's always that practice. So anything else?
Oh, I can go on all day.
Okay. Give them. Let's do like a quick little speed round. Okay. So number one thing you will never do again, a mistake you hope you will never make again for 2020 that you made. Like the biggest thing where you're like, oh, come on. Ugh.
That's a hard one.
Or maybe even something silly. Like even if it's just like something silly, just something that you're just like, I knew better. Come on.
Yeah, I said that a lot this year. I have to start not like just truly listening to my gut and following it through. Don't second guess it, because I did that probably 3 times this year. One I can think of instantly. Yeah. And it was like, it cost me a lot of time and hardship because I had to explain to the people why my gut felt that way. When I should have just from day one said, nope, this is wrong, and walked away from it. So thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity. Best of luck to you. I'm not interested. Instead, I didn't follow my gut and I followed it through, and I was like, nope, you have to do this. This is why you have to do it. You should change this. We should do this, and then maybe it'll work, and then maybe we should do this. 15, 20 hours of my time invested to only go back to where my gut was. And in the end, I said, thank you. No, thank you. I'm out.
What was the best thing in terms of business that happened this year in 2019?
The best thing I think is seeing my true value in more than just a financial point.
That's a good one.
And realizing, like, I've had opportunities come to me this year where I'm able to be a part of the company, not just a worker.
You paid for service. Yeah. More collaboration approach.
Yeah. Collaboration, partnerships, joint venturing, you know, and them saying to me, you're worth more, Eric. I don't want to just pay you. I know I could just pay you a lot of money and you would do it and it'd be amazing and I'd be uberly successful. But I want you to be part of that journey with me because I see us being together as a business or as a partner, as a collaboration for years to come.
And that, I think, is the deepest part of owning your worth, when you know what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
And other people see it, or you tell them, this is what I bring to the table. And again, everybody's able to come together.
Yeah.
It's not just I pay you, you pay me, we walk away, see you later. It's what can we create together? What can we do together?
Yeah.
What is your absolute favoriteest thing in the whole entire world that we do for our clients?
Favoriteest. I love that word.
What's like your favoriteest, most favorite thing? What do you love about the work that we do over like with clients?
Yeah, I think the favoriteest thing sounds like a Christmas word. My favoriteest. My favoriteest Christmas present.
Yes.
I think the thing I love the most about doing with our clients is bringing out their true passion and bringing out almost their purpose that they didn't even see themselves. Like they saw it as an opportunity or a business thing. And then we work with them and then they, whatever, let's say 2 months later, go, wow, like I love this thing. I love this thing that we built.
Yeah, like I couldn't even see it.
Yeah, like I
you
didn't even
saw
see
it.
it.
That's what I love too. When people are like, wow, you saw that for me first.
Yeah.
And you created the container and the space and you helped me live into that or create that. Like you saw it before I saw it.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah. And like we have one good client / friend who she's built a community around that. And like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just it's so impactful for us to realize that something that we saw in them became something that's going to be massive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's helping people around the world, women around the world.
I love like stripping out to the real root of like, what the hell are you trying to say?
Yeah.
Like I love when people think that like X, Y, and Z is what they want to build, or like X is what they want to build.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get in and you start talking and you're like, oh no, honey, A, B, and C is your secret sauce. You just, X, Y, and Z was comfortable. X, Y, and Z was safe.
X, Y, and Z was what paid the bills.
X, Y, and Z is what someone told you to do, or what you, right, like where you're like, no, and then you see the eyes light up when you finally put them on the right path. And it's like, damn.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to, going back to tie this all together, I think that's why you have to know your worth.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I pay Bo, because he sees something in us that we don't see.
Yeah.
That's why I pay high level mentors, because A, they see things that we don't see. B, they genuinely care, the right ones.
Mm-hmm.
And C, they'll call you on your shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll tell you, why are you doing that?
Right?
Stop it.
Right? And that's where it's like, that was the approach that I took when we had those people asking all those questions. And again, old me would have been scared to have, it wasn't even a conflict at all. Because when you can open up a dialogue and talk about it, things are great. It's just, I was so nervous to have that conversation, but it's just like, don't be doing that. Stop doing that. That's not right. Don't ask me that question. That's not fair. You know what we're worth. Like, you know, the time, energy, and effort we put in.
Yeah.
Happy to help you, but pay me for that.
Yeah.
I'm running a business too. And
that's hard. It is hard. Like
hard conversation to have.
Yeah. Like I get it. Cause it's like, you feel like there's this really, 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 really thin line of client and friend. And when we work with clients, they are our friends, but there's a very thin line where it's like business and friendship have to go hand in hand, and they have to be monetized properly. Like when you're asking a friend for advice and that's something that they get paid for.
Yes.
That's no longer advice. Now it comes to I respect the fact that you do this for a living and you've invested a lot of time, energy, and money into knowing what you do and being the best at what you do. I want to ask you professionally to help me. What does that cost?
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Totally different discussion than, hey, I want to build a website. Can you just teach me? Because that's what you do, right?
Yeah, amen.
What?
Don't do
Come
that.
on. Come on.
Don't do that.
Come on, asshole. Stop.
And it was like a post that I saw on Facebook, and I literally laughed my butt off, and I'm like, it's so true. And a peer said, thank you so much, but no thank you. Do not tag me in any posts that start with, I'm looking for an affordable ... Right? And I'm like, God, that's so true. Or like I always see in these community groups and things that I'm in, on Facebook communities, it's like, can anyone in here offer me the, let's say we're in the couplepreneur happiest place on earth Facebook group. And it's like, can anybody in this couplepreneur happiest Facebook group, help me out? Can you give me the couplepreneur happiest discount? It's like,
family discount.
Just because we're in a community together, now all of a sudden I should discount my services to you. Like those kind of people. But I feel blessed to see that now, because I'm like, thank you, universe. You're putting me in that position to open my eyes to that, to say, you know what? Maybe it's not necessarily, you're being an asshole, or you're being a jerk, or you're lowballing people. It's just go the other way. Don't even engage. Because I think you always say that about Capricorns, how like we're both Capricorns, how we're like doers and we're lovers on people, and we love to just jump in and help and get it done and serve, and that's not always when you're discounting your own worth. That's not right. Like maybe a startup person that has to build their portfolio, that might be a perfect person for them. Just out of college, just starting out, you know?
Well,
or I don't know. Right?
Another way to put that too is like when people do that too, it's essentially, instead of saying affordable, it's essentially the same way of saying who's the cheapest.
Oh, which is
horrible.
you never
Hey, I
want to
buy
in.
a car. Who's the cheapest?
You
Oh boy.
you never want to get into
But
that.
it is the same thing, right? When you think about it, it's the same thing. Who's the
like,
cheapest?
Yeah. I'm gonna go buy a car seat for my precious cargo.
What's the cheapest?
What's the cheapest car seat I can buy? You'd be like, no. I want something safe, affordable, dependable, that stands the test of time.
Yeah.
That when crap hits the fan, let's say you get in an accident, you want that safety. Like that's why we charge what we charge, because we got you. When crap hits the fan, we got you, right?
And there are things that you can go more cost effective on that aren't going to be like do or die. But there's a lot of things in business you should not take that mentality with. Because at the end of the day, you're going to go back to square one and go, ugh, this didn't work. And blame the person that was the cheapest.
Yeah. Blame is never good. Okay, last question. Dun, dun, dun. Not business, personal. What are you the most excited about for 2020? Personal-wise. Relationships, family, all over.
Being ninja and protective of my time.
Explain.
But
you can say I get it.
Yeah, I'm very, again, being a Capricorn, we do this. We are very task oriented, and we love checklists. We love 100 things to do and just going boom, 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 getting them done.
So love my checklist.
The problem with that is that we don't know boundaries on time. So we're the type of people that will put in 50 hours worth of time into our day and think that we should get it done in one day.
You're like 50 hours in like an 8-hour time period, or like 6-hour time period.
And then get uptight, get stressed, and pay the ultimate price, which is our life, our health, and our well-being, and our stress level, and our mind. When in reality, if we just put proper timelines to things and say, okay, listen, let's, instead of doing 50 hours, scale it back to doing like 4-5 hours worth of work and be realistic with your day. It's realistic. So for 2020, that's my goal, because I know in 2019, I let some things go that I shouldn't have in terms of my health, well-being, because I filled those time slots with something else. And it's been the whole year without me reflecting on that, going, that's got to change. So ninja, protective of my time, literally looking at my day every day going, make sure you have gaps in there, Eric, to do the things that you need to do for you, not for clients, not for anyone else.
Yes.
For you.
Yes.
Because,
not for me.
Not for you.
Oliver.
Not for Oliver. For me. For Eric. And just stick to it. Because 6 months down the road, I know I'm going to be a different person. I'm going to be happier. I'm going to be less stressed. I'm going to be more fulfilled. Those things are priceless.
Totally.
Priceless.
Totally. Mine is kind of sort of on the same line. It's like loosen up. That's mine. I need to loosen up. Like, it comes Friday at 3:00 and I'm like, oh my God, we didn't get X, Y, and Z done. And we have to do this. And, I know we said we were going to go get a coffee, but we have to do this first. And then we get into something and coffee never happens. And then I'm stressed and we don't even get it done anyway. And it's like, just loosen up. Yeah. Like, that's mine. I'm like, I'm so uptight about like stupid things. Like, just, we don't say stupid in our house. Silly things. Like, I'm so uptight about perfection and the people pleasing and the getting it all done and everything being perfect and all these conditions of, well, I can't do this until we do this, or I can't watch that movie and rest because I didn't finish this work. And it's like, deadlines are movable. The tasks are movable. Like, you almost like happiness, not movable. No. Like, so for me, it's just to loosen up a little bit and have a little bit more fun. I think we've both been missing the fun.
Amen.
That's the part as couplepreneurs. Like, all we talk about is our business a lot of times, or we're so involved with our son, Oliver, that like the world is around, it's like one of two things. Either our world is revolving around Oliver, or our world is revolving around this like huge business that is growing. And it's like, we need more fun. I need to lighten up. We need more health. We need more time.
Fun,
so
play.
Yeah. So hopefully that served you. You know, that's us. That's us kind of talking about the moments that we've reflected on. And sometimes it's looking at those moments that you don't want to think about. You know, we could have spent a whole podcast telling you all about the joys and the celebrations and the amazing things that we did. But I think it's when you do those uncomfortable things and you look at the things that kind of jolted you a little bit, or those things that you know that keep pressing, that you need to do and you can't keep putting it off. It's have those hard conversations with others, have those hard heart-to-heart conversations with yourself, have those conversations with the people that you love, and then action. I'm all about the action. You can strategize. I know you are too, Eric. It's like you can strategize, you can game plan, you can write stuff in the planner, but if you don't follow through with it, no change is ever going to happen.
It's all for none.
It's all for none. So now is the time, when we're just on the cusp of 2020. Now is the time where you want to be having those conversations, setting those boundaries, knowing your worth, setting your plans in place, getting everything laid out, so that start it now. Actually, don't even wait till 2020. Start making changes now. But by the time 2020 rolls around, you're already in the groove. You're already doing something different. And hopefully that served you. We're so happy that you listened and you tuned in and you hung with us. And isn't my husband the best? Oh my gosh, I love having you on, honey, because you bring such great wisdom. That's my thing in 2020. I'm trying to get this guy out a little bit more, speaking in front of people. Because I mean, combined, we have a lot of energy and
we have a lot to share.
We have a lot to share, and that's our. So you hold us true to that. If you don't see us showing up on social media, on podcasts, speaking, if you're in our community and you don't see us showing up, hold us accountable to that, because that's always our thing, is to serve you with the best, latest information that we can. So thank you so much for tuning into the Lisa Pezik Show. Lisa and Eric Pezik. We'll see you again next time. Bye for now.